Hi, this is Katie Weeks, your independent, close to my heart maker. And today I'm joining with the Makers with Heart. So this month we are looking at the Operation Smile stamp set, Your Smile, D2190. And this is the stamp set. And I am going to be using a pattern from Make It From the Heart Volume 5, no longer available. That's why you need to snag these things while they're available. We do still have Volumes 3 and 6. But I'm going to be using pattern 15 from Make It From the Heart Volume 5. And I'm going to be using I Want Candy. This is still available on our website, and I may bring in some things from the sticker sheet as well. And I'm choosing these papers. This one is a very soft print on ballerina, and it says candy all over it. And I'm going to do a layout, and I promise that the pictures will truly make you smile at the end. So I'm mostly just going to follow the pattern as I assemble this paper. I am going to add one extra strip with a sticker, but I'll put this down the left hand side, and the other side I cut too short, so I had to cut a different one. And I'll run this down the opposite side, and this is where I'm supposed to add those blue triangles next, but I'm bringing in my sticker sheet, and there's this darling little swirl, and so I'm going to add that on both sides. I like to add extra layers sometime. I just think it gives it a little bit more interest on the page. So then each of these triangles, I'm going to line them up right against that first layer that I added on. I started to put it in the wrong place here, and then I decide I'm going to have to move it here in a second. This is when I realized I was supposed to butt it up against that first layer, so that it kind of looks like the sticker went down, and then it looks like the triangle pops out from behind the far strip of paper, if that makes sense. That's kind of how I wanted it to look. And then this pink one that has candy all over it will layer over top. And so I like the different layers that this one gives. And I'm mostly going to pull some some of the cardstocks from my picture. So this one I believe is Wisteria. And then I have some darker pieces of purple, and this is an old retired color, and I'm not even sure what it is. It does not have a lighter shade on the back, so it's a really old shade of purple that we had. And then they had the pictures going, the 4x6 pictures going portrait, and I need them to go landscape for my particular pictures. And then I'm putting two little photo spots there just to save room for where I'm going to add other things. So I do have room for a title at the top left here, and this is where I'm bringing in that Operation Smile stamp set, and I'm going to use my large Misti. It holds 12 by 12 sheets of paper, and so I'm going to bring that in, and I'm going to bring in the stamps that say, "You make my heart smile." And the word smile is really large. I just love how that looks on the background of my layout. Have you stamped on your layouts very much? I've always been pretty nervous about stamping on my layouts, but ever since I got this extra large Misti, I've been a lot more confident. So I brought in a scrap sheet of paper and my Archival black ink pad just to make sure the first time that it stamps off decently. And I know I'm going to have to stamp it a couple times, but yeah, I think that'll work. So I'll clean up the tray a little bit, and then I'll come back in, and I stamp this probably at least 3 times. I usually stamp it a few times just to get a really good dark impression. So if you're enjoying this video, I would appreciate if you would give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you have not already subscribed to my channel. I am getting so close to 1,000 subscribers, and I hope you would join my channel. And I can show you lots more crafty inspiration things in the future. Okay, so I've stamped that up a few times. I think it's going to give me a good impression. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. There's a couple little stray marks, I think, from the stamp. So I'm going to come in with my white gel pen, and sorry, I'm getting in there really close, I know. And I'm just going to clean up that stamp just a little bit with my white gel pen and help cover it up. So I'm going to bring these in and put down that really dark purple. That was actually the shade that I used in a project that will be in the pictures in just a second. They're all coming. I promise they're coming. They're coming. And then this one is, I believe, Periwinkle. It is such a pretty shade, and it goes perfectly. It's part of that color scheme for this paper pack, I Want Candy. So I'm lining them up, making sure I have spots, and next I'm going to bring in, I want kind of a banner in that top right hand corner, and there's a couple different sticker sets here that I could use for a banner. So I'm going to start by just drawing a little stitched line to give myself an idea of where I'm going to go with this banner, and then I'm going to bring in some of these stickers, and I'm going to work my way from my left, and then I'm going to come from the right, and then I will decide how to even it out in the middle. I think I'll probably even grab one of those stickers from the top to even it out once I get to the end. This last one I'm going to hang off the edge, and I'll eventually trim that off. But I like to make it look like it still continues even off of the page. Perfect. That last little one fills it in perfect, and I will add stitch marks over those banners as well. So I don't think I show it on camera, but after I finished this whole layout, I went back and I drew some stitching marks on those triangles as well. And you'll see a good look at those, I think, in one of the final shots that I give you. So here I was trying to decide, should I put these pictures with white behind them, or should I put the black layer? And I decided those 4x6 looked much better with the black layer than the white. And look at that smile. Isn't that adorable? This is my oldest granddaughter, Avery, and she had asked me if I would make her a castle for her Valentine's box. And of course, Nana said yes. And so then she added to the request and said, and I want a rainbow. And so I was like, okay, we will make a rainbow. So my daughter sent me a picture of this elaborate castle that she wanted for a Valentine's box. So I designed some things on Cricut, including a rainbow, and Avery helped me make her rainbow. And I even have a little video clip of her helping assemble the rainbow. And so I'm going to come in, and on that left-hand page where I have that photo placeholder, I'm going to print a QR code and add it to my layout. So there is the castle, and it has the rainbow on the castle. And I'm going to add some embellishments now. So I think I want just a really short journaling block that I can put down, and I think this will be perfect. And I'm going to layer it over this other one just to give it some more depth. And I think that'll work out perfectly, because it's just a short story where Avery said, Nana, can you make me a castle with a rainbow? That's really all I need for my journaling. And then I add some of these little dots around the journaling box, and I keep finding more dots as I'm going through the sticker sheet. It seemed like everything was candy and Halloween, but then I'm like, oh, look, there's more dots, and I think I can use these on my layouts. And then I found these darling swirls, and I'm like, oh, let's put some of those around the title as well. And I even used one to cover up where I had a little bit too much ink by the word smile. And then I found some more dots, and I'm like, oh, let's add some of those around the banner too. So I thought those were a fun little accent. It wasn't what I had planned to put on here, but they all coordinated too perfectly to use something else. And so I found a couple of stickers that I could put on the sides of these pictures, and then I'm going to come in with my liquid glass. And this is one of my favorite go-tos, and I just use it to really add some dimension on these stickers. And at first I just made swirls on the top left ones, but I did go back and fill those in because they didn't really stay as swirls. I think I would have had to have used the fine tip applicator to get a good swirl. So I filled them all in, but they make nice little bubbles, clear bubbles over there. Isn't that adorable? And you can see those stitching marks as well. So I hope you'll follow along tomorrow with the Makers with Heart, because Amanda will be up next. And go back and catch the other girls that started on the 10th if you haven't seen their videos. And here's the playlist that I'll keep adding to for the next few days.